Welcome to the called public meeting of the Henry County Board of Commissioners for 3:30 p.m. Thursday, March 31st, 2011. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. And before I ask for an acceptance of the agenda, under Item 3, Planning and Zoning Services, the resolution requesting award of a bid for HVAC replacements for the Henry County Jail, which is handout number 1, will be tabled today, and we will just have one item to consider. With that change being made, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda. Motion by Mr. Bowman, second by Mr. Holder. All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. Under Tax Assessor's Office, we have a resolution requesting award of a bid for printing and mailing services for tax notices. Our presenter is Lawrence Street, Chief Tax Appraiser, and that's handout number 2. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chairman Mathis, County Commissioners. Typically, each year we mail assessment notices out to the properties that we changed values in, but a new state law took effect, and we have to mail notices out to every property, regardless of a change or not. And as a result of that, our costs were high enough where we had to request a proposal for mailing services. And Dove happens to be the lowest price qualified submitter. And, you know, just that simple.
Does any board member have a question or comment? Mr. Bowman?
I've got a note here on the bid tabulation form, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it says that cannot do the job for this amount. Did we deem that, or did the bidder come back and say he couldn't do it?
Is that the very first bidder that you're talking about?
Yes, sir. That's International
Yes.
Security Products.
That was a firm from California, and they submitted the bid assuming that we're going to submit our address file in a certain format, and that wasn't what we specified. And then when we talked to them, said, no, it has to be this way, you know, they changed their prices, and it just didn't work out.
They didn't follow the specs, so
Exactly.
actually they're non-responsive anyway.
Same way with the second one, didn't follow specs also, and the third one said they'd take 90 days to get the job done, and that doesn't fit neither.
Gotcha. And we've got 3 days on this particular one. That was
Yes,
all
sir.
I had. They were non-responsive. I was just curious about how we came up with they couldn't do the job. Basically, they were non-responsive to our package. That's good.
Purchasing helped us a whole lot on it.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Arletta?
You mentioned that because of the state, you're mailing to everybody. What's the increase in cost, or what was the cost last year compared to this year's cost that you're looking at?
I want to say this year maybe $5,000–6,000 more. It's not a whole lot more. Last year we mailed out maybe 86,000 notices counting personal property, and this year it might be 92,000. So it's not a whole lot of increase, but it is a little bit.
But it's one of those, we're required by another law to
Yes.
to
A mandated law.
Mandate law to spend more of our money. Okay.
Well, last year wasn't really a typical year. A typical year, you would not mail out that many
That's
notices.
correct. That's because of the changes.
What, and the changes in value due to the economy, do you know what a typical year in a good economy would look like as far as the number of pieces that would be mailed out?
Okay, the year before we mailed out 56,000 notices, and that was just the beginning of a bad year, and I think the year before that was in the 30,000 range or 40,000 range. You know, it's before my time, but that's what I recollect.
Any other questions?
Just a comment, and I'm going to echo what Commissioner Arletta said. No consideration was given, though, when the law changed that for the increased cost to the local government. Is that correct?
Well, if they did, they didn't tell anybody about it because
There were no funds to fund.
No funds were set
So-
aside for that.
So somewhat of an unfunded
Yes.
mandate. Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, you have before you a resolution awarding a contract for the purchase of printing and mailing services to Dove Direct Incorporated. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Bowman. Second by Mr. Arletta. All in favor? Motion carries 3-0. If there's no further business to come before this, thank you. If there's no further business to come before this board, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Bowman. Second by Mr. Holder. All in favor? Motion carries 3-0. We stand adjourned.